this. Okay. Good evening. So, back to Mechanicus for a bit. Already at 40% about, but generally going up much better than the first attempt. I'm gonna deal with, I'm gonna try to deal with the boss, this one here today, the Lord Astronomer Acropis, which is not an astromancer apparently. And I want to try dealing with the Xenorites here. Though I'm gonna be honest, it's as easy. It last time definitely wasn't. And for the boss, I do not know what he can do. So I want to make sure that I have a prepared cohort. If I want to see rank 7, 7, 7, and you are 6. You are the newest guy, I believe. And you are the Lex Mechanic, the Cognition Boy. So we have a bit of a graphic bug here. And I will take the movement. Because if you can run away, you do not necessarily need HP. And he doesn't have any melee capabilities anyway. Right. With normal Phosphor Blaster for base damage, and then the Gauss Gamma if I have Cognition. I'm gonna start. I do not remember whether I was definitely not in the mail-up sector, which is the newest one, I believe. I don't remember if I've visited Upjao, but I believe I was in there once. With death marks. Fragrant or from the Mouth of Malediction. This is a Coratio Mechadendrite, could be useful. And the Coq Occultaris I want. Therefore I'm gonna start with this mission, even though it's an Agrolek. And I'm gonna bring along Taser Goat, deals area damage. This is level 1, this is level 2. Target hands on the cone area attack. Triggers an opportunity attack, deals to the 4 energy damage. And 1 to chain targets. I'm definitely gonna bring along Rangers. And a Rust Stalker. Magos, a matter most perturbatory has arisen. It concerns the tomb of Agrolek. Previous interaction suggests you still feel it is not pure enough. I've risked and spent enough lives with this task, Videx. It is much worse than that, Magos. It would not trouble you if it was not. As Fabricator General Kane once wrote, sometimes our prayers are answered, but not in the way we would prefer. Explain. Following our transmissions of Lingua Technis prayers in the tomb, we have received reports of a counter-transmission. It is in a crude form of binary that echoes Lingua Technis, but it is a foul and blasphemous tirade of heresy from the might of the Xenos. I see. Most concerning, mostly because they deciphered the binary and just blasted back. Something within the tomb of Agrolek has awakened with sufficient autonomy to transmit its own mockery of our prayers. Our course of action is clear. Questos Mechanicor 521. From the mouths of heretics emit naught but foul vapors. Cut out the tongue and be clean. The probable source is a cogitator-like device deep inside the tomb. It is transmitting on a broad spectrum and in a version of our own lingua technis to ensure we can hear it. Amalanthians 941. Thus does the enemy seek to crush our spirit, for our souls are our most potent weapon. I have already deployed the cohort, Magos, but do we have any idea what we're dealing with? Nothing that cannot be silenced with fire and fury. The stock answer. We cannot be certain what this Necron device is. We should be wary of what we might find. Nevertheless, this fount of blasphemy, and I clicked by mistake. And couldn't read the entire thing. So it appears there is a combat there, and our objective is directly here. So I'm just gonna take the shortcut. This is, interestingly, the first time I remember in this playthrough that I had additional combats in a tomb, except on the final encounter, or in the objective encounters. And this one is a rather large one. We have warriors and flayers. So I want you here. You will deal with that warrior over there. Our melee priest goes there. And our heavy weapons guy goes here. Those two should not be able to deal all that much damage. An immortal over there, I overlooked that one. And this one will deal damage then. Okay. Send over the skull. Gather cognition. And move in range to hit this man. Okay, and he only has physical armor. Now, if I remember correctly, I can gather cognition directly from a target, but I'm out of range of anything. Right, you are the Secutor, I believe it was. Yeah, it's quite a bit of range, but only 2 damage at all. In all. Another 2 damage, not that bad. Send the next servo skull. Unfortunately, those columns are all out of range for the scanners. He has 3 energy ammo. Well, that's a no then. Yeah, you're just gonna activate this one and then shoot again. Will not do any damage, but I can't move because he reduced my movement, and it will charge the machine spirit. Alright, he also reduced your speed. Gather up the cognition. And then you will go here and punch this man. And then I do not have any more cognition If I'm not mistaken, this one will give me a free cognition. I get six cognition from that, so the free cognition doesn't really matter. Everybody pray. And basically bitch slap the Necron. You will move... How much damage do you do? Single target, range attack, attacks, ignore armor. You should be able to basically take out that flare. Yep. And right, because you killed someone, you immediately get cognition. Right, get all cognition points from one source. Which will be this flare. Oh, they don't count. Okay. Can I use the scanner on them? I can. Good to know. And then you will go here and scan this. Or is it already scanned? No, this is something else then. Okay. Get me a Rust Stalker here. And then 2 rangers about here. Nah, not enough cognition points, right? Rust Stalkers don't really matter all that much. Or any troops for that matter, really. But this one gets bonus crits. And he can use opportunity attacks. The Machine Spirit, come on, 3 damage. Only 2. Move here then. This one should, I believe, you end your turn. The Mortal's turn. Damage absorbed, right. Wonderful. 8 damage. Huh, not bad. So you cannot deal any damage to this man. That means you will leave. You will still shoot him. That actually worked. So this is 2 to 3, and the Machine Spirit gives us +1 damage, which would make it 3 to 4, and normally give him a chance to deal 1 damage. Oh, but Machine Spirit attacks deal +2 damage. Okay, so that's where it is. I was away from this game for too long. I do not know what my classes do. The Rust Stalker should get really absurd if he lives long enough. Mechadendrite this man. And then you are gonna go ahead and scan this thing. $104 Blackstone, not bad. Not enough cognition points, right. $4 damage, okay. You gain me 1 cognition point, and then you collect all cognition from this source. Which gives me an additional 2, and then you move in range. I still find it hilarious how he just has a spotlight on his back. And you're gonna shoot this. Skitari Ranger. Shoot the Flyer. Flyer has 2 HP, that is not a lot. And the Sicarian Ruststalker is further ahead in the turn cycle. I do not need any other support troops. Okay. Ruststalker taking care of everything. There is one more Necron around down here, but that will change right now. I should have healed first. I should have healed first. Be wary, Magos. The words of the enemy can serve as his weapon as surely as a gun. The caseless Mechanicus cogitators have completed the translation subroutine. The Necron transmission can be deciphered. Segregate, quarantine the translation so it can be studied later. Evaluate, read the translation immediately, may contain valuable intelligence, or obliterate. Segregate. The translation data is stored on a secure cogitator on the Castus Metallicon. However, the cogitator begins emitting junk data of Necron origin, suggesting a data infection. The machine must be fully purged. The translation is lost and the corrupting nature of the Necrons is fully illustrated. So I'm guessing that evaluating the data would have led to maybe negative effects for the cohort. Our presence has been detected. The binary transmission is particularly intense in this region of the tomb, to the extent it is damaging the cohort's communications. Something must be done to keep them combat effective. Wait. Debug. Enact a temporary alteration to the cohort's augmentations to render them immune to the transmission. Defy. Or deafen. That could be a problem. I'm gonna try to debug. +2 awakening level. I'm already very high on awakening levels and would like to stop that. Alright, extra Necrons in battle. Aliens' corruption is made manifest. Excise it now, Magus, even though it may require sacrifices. One of the cohort personnel is suffering from the Necron transmission. The routines of the cranial implants have been overwritten by the stream of Xenos data. Religiosity. That's like shut down the affected implants. Like just shut down the human. Okay, religiosity. A prayer session should suffice to snap the afflicted trooper out of it. Shut down the affected implants. Combat effectiveness will be reduced, but at a small price to pay. Rites of excruciation remove the affected implants completely. The procedure is costly and harmful, so just cut them out, restart them, or pray the Necron away. As called Mechanicus, of course, we're just gonna pray. The trooper continues to suffer from the Xenos fatal corruption, maintaining combat readiness, but damaging the morale of the cohort. Okay, awakening up. Not good. Let's see if we find any good glyphs. This one is, I believe, good. Yeah, it's money. Necrons 3. Touch the glyphs. You should be healing, I believe. Yes, Sicarian Ruststalker is max HP. Now, one interesting thing I want to know is the crit the Sicarian Ruststalker gets based only for that specific encounter, or is it basically mission-wide? It appears we are surrounded. So there is a flayed one, there is a canoptek over there. But there does not seem to be all that much of anything over here. This and this is the main issue. So, Leonardo's melee mage. You go here. I want a Skitari there. A Magos the Magos Oriokos over here. You are gonna go ahead and over there to scan this or no. Magos Menarius will do that. For Menarius is my shooter guy. No, it's a Secutor. Fuck, I need to learn the names. You are shooter man. Jeremiah. Okay. Then I want the Skitari there and the Skitari there. Okay. Already basically out of cognition, but I hope it's okay. The flayers are luckily don't deal all that much damage. I think they're more like a mass army kind of thing. Immortals on the other hand are pretty tanky. And deal a lot of damage. No, that's only a warrior. A Canoptek is moving. That was a lot of damage. There was 7 damage. 1 cognition point. You got a cognition from down there. No one can shoot this. So you're gonna move one out. And then try to kill that Flayer. That was not a good attempt. That was better. Jeremiah is next. Jeremiah should be able to kill the Flayer, no issue. Can I scan anything here? No, I'm too far away from that. In that case, you're just gonna go ahead and heal yourself. You move here. And you should be able to just simply kill that one. Yep. Destruction is the destiny of the Xenos. So you have physical armor. That means the Skitari should be able to just slice you. You will then go ahead. Nothing in range for a scanner. You take damage. Then Jeremiah. I have 3 cognition. The unfortunate thing is that you do not have any physical any energy armor. So you will take a lot of damage down there. As such, you will start by healing yourself. I want the Curio Mechadendrites where I can just heal myself every turn, like up to twice without cognition cost. Well, not every turn, I believe they have a cooldown. And that guy also has physical armor, so it's only 2 to 4 damage. You will slice him nonetheless for 3 damage. Then you will try to dodge his attack. Yeah. Next is my cognition Magus, so I want the acid damage on the man. You get cognition, and then you can gather all the cognition of this thing. You will shoot this flare to make sure he doesn't stand up again. And then you'll use your big gun on this warrior down there. Nothing I can scan. Skitari. Shoot the Canoptek. And then you will move in shooting position for down here. Oh yeah, you can disable main weapons with the Skitari array. This does not cost cognition, but I think it has a cooldown. That was a crit. Was it a crit? I don't even know if the Canoptek, I haven't seen if the Canoptek can be stunned or if they just immediately... Oh, you can do that in the same turn. In which case... you will not be able to shoot me. Anything in scan range? No, you're still out of range. Scan now. Is there anything you can shoot here? No. In that case, you will give +1/2 damage for my troops. And then, yeah, Machine Spirit charge, but nothing in range. Unfortunate. So, I guess because he couldn't fire, he just immediately stopped his turn. Wait, what the fuck? You can dodge? I did not know that. Right. I still have the healing canticle, which I should use in time. Sliced him. Wonderful. I do not want to... or I will use the Mechadendrite, because that way I should be able to move towards the stone without moving around. Right. Gives me additional cognition, which I can just send next to the sky for. Through pain I find wisdom. You still have your big gun, which you will use to kill this man. And he should be dead. Yeah. Killing him gave me another cognition. Kill him for more cognition. Are you in range of the scanner? Do I need line of sight? If I move one forward. Wonderful. I have 3 cognition. I will use this. They will attack him anyway. But this way he has a bit more armor. Skitari, shoot the warrior. And then disable his weapon. And again. Okay, so the weapon disabling has 2 turns of cooldown, no cognition point cost, and can be used in the same turn as an attack. Right. just gather up that immediately. Get me out a Rust Stalker. Here should be good. How much damage did that deal? 1. Rust Stalker, you move here. It's a fucking robot ninja. Of course it's a fucking robot ninja. You now have current bonus 5. So the Sicarian Rust Stalker crit bonus is per battle. You will move here and shoot this man. He has energy armor. Unfortunate. 5 to 7, that's not bad. It's actually really good. Then Silver Skull back here. I should use the Silver Skulls for other things, but I generally need the cognition more. Repair yourself. Opportunity attack. 6 damage, wonderful. He shot a Skitari and both absorb the damage because they have 2 energy armor. And the Sicarian Rust Stalker kills this guy. Wonderful. You go ahead and scan here. 104 Blackstone, good. You cannot heal yourself. That is not good. Kill this to reduce awakening. I do not think you can block acid damage. And the turn you are gonna need a heal. And you're also the only one who does not have a Curatio Claw. Follow the Immortal, punch him again. And then I do not have... Okay, you're gonna go ahead and gather some cognition there. And then slap him. Yeah, the Cognition Mechadendrite or the Curio Mechadendrite are probably better. I can imagine that the Curio Mechadendrite is insane because you can just permanently heal yourself without additional cost. Out of range. Of course he's out of range. Okay, shoot him. And get out of the way so the Rust Stalker can move through. Can you... No, you need line of sight to shoot your disabling shot. But you can kill this guy, and then if the Immortal moves away, he should just be killed by Magus Jeremiah. Is it Magus Jeremiah? No, it's Magus Leonardus. Rustsucker is also not the slowest boy, but he could be a bit faster. You do nothing. You move and get attacked. Ah! An elevator! You will move... I have enough cognition, I think, for you to move over here. You have 7 HP of, I believe, 15, right? Shoot this guy. I'm just wondering, can you shoot your own people? No. He is in range, but you can't. Of course, the question is, why would you? But maybe you can find a reason. Project a power field around yourself. Scan for cognition. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and give you the Canticle of Litany of Life. I lost two hit points there, but should be alright. And everyone else can heal themselves, so you're just gonna go ahead and punch him. I do not want to risk that any of those guys stands up again. So I'm just gonna make sure that doesn't happen. Then gather up cognition. Because I think... no, they are not ready to heal themselves again. You move here. Border 6. Killed him, wonderful. Three damage was not a kill, and you do not yet can heal yourself again. The elevator is not that scary if there's only like 2 Necrons on them. All Xeno life forms purged. Oh, awakening reduced by 3, wonderful, and is healed for 3 HP. I believe that's Ocorius, Orochius, Magus Orochius, or Yokus. So you can kill additional Necrons outside of main objectives to get waiting back. Necron initiative decreased, wonderful. I'm not reading the glyphs by the way because it's always the same thing. Or like 1 or 2 variations, there's really nothing to read there. So I should definitely concentrate on killing the extra Necrons around. Could be to preserve something inside that will perish in air. Or maybe it's some kind of memorial to the void. Agrelek was a space fleet admiral after all. A vacuum itself is not an issue to our cohort, but when the room becomes depressurized there could be negative effects. The chamber head is sealed behind a doorway resembling the airlock from a ship. Our spec scanners confirm the chamber itself is full of hard vacuum. Fortunately, it's the only way ahead. On the airlock door and weather the consequences in the name of speed. Plant explosives on the road to a safe distance, detonate, or bleed. Try to safely let air graduate into the chamber until it's safe to open. That is probably the most sensible thing. It will increase my awakening. It did not. The cohort bores a small hole in the door and are able to gradually repressurize the chamber beyond. The time-consuming process gives them the time to share a prayer to the Omniscia, asking for clarity of purpose and tech lore. And they got a flamer. Spray fire in a cone area attack deals 2 to 4 physical damage to target an area. Burn deals 2 damage over 3 turns. Damn, that's nice. Only reads 1 augment, cooldown 1 and 2 cognition. This is a really good gun, I think. Probably short ranged. But maybe I'll just put that on the melee mage. Few Necron warriors, that looks like an immortal. 2 more warriors down there. I only have one cognition source here. So this is for Ryokus or Ryokon. Otherwise, rather good stand here. Put a Wrist Stalker out and put a Skitari out. I would like more, I would like a higher cognition max. Okay, Rust Stalker, move ahead. On this position, this warrior should be the only one that can attack him. Also, I'm just gonna use this because why not? Everybody pray for damage. Alright, Menarius. You're just gonna go ahead and give armor, which I think really scales well with a level 2 servitor I have unlocked, as that guy can taunt, then takes less damage, and you will also put this guy on this man for additional damage. And can you shoot anything? No. You. Get me cognition over here. Then you should have the range to shoot at the warrior. And enough damage to maybe even kill him, since the machine spirit is charged. That is definitely enough damage to kill him. Gather more cognition. And then move ahead. You gather up the last of the cognition here. If I'm allowed to click it, yeah. A bit weird on the click hitboxes sometimes. You also do not even have a heal for yourself, I just noticed. Huh. So you're gonna stay a bit back. This guitar is gonna move here and shoot the guy so he doesn't stand up again. I just really love the look on this Skitari gun. It just looks like a normal fucking rifle. With a bit of bits attached. So we have one immortal that has apparently insane range. Oh, I forgot that thing exists. Huh. And we have a few scarabs. Do I want to put out the second Skitari? Yes. Only 1 damage, I can live with that. 2 more warriors, probably another 2 damage in all. But the Rust Stalker will now move ahead and just absolutely slice this man to bits. He actually survived. Okay, impressive. In that case, move here next to the Immortal so he can't shoot again. A free attack on the Scarabs, kills them. Then my Secutor will move down here for fire support. Crits the Immortal for an immediate kill. You have 1 HP. No, you lost 2 HP. In that case, you're gonna heal yourself. The warrior moved up and did not shoot. You will delay your turn. Ruststalker crits the immortal, does not kill him. Takes 3 damage in return, also a crit. Melee mage unfortunately will not be able to get in range. Heals himself instead. There is a scan here and I would like to destroy that thing. You are in range. Get a bit of cognition from there. You are not in range to shoot anybody though. However, the Skitari is. I kind of want to let this immortal live. And I think I have a way of doing that. If I have line of sight. Which I don't. So I have 2 Skitari. Each of them can disable the main weapons of a target for 1 turn on a cooldown of 2 turns. Which means that I can permanently disable his main weapon and use the time to walk one of my Magus down there, scan the thing and destroy it to reduce awakening. Disable his gun. And that actually also reveals statistics. Ah, nice to know. He is slow. And compared to the other Magas, he's extremely slow actually. Okay, Ruststalker will move ahead. As mentioned, I do not intend to kill that guy. Put the buff on you. Then move up. You are in range to shoot this guy, so you will do so. Make sure he doesn't stand up again. Next is the warrior again. So you're gonna gather cognition. The warrior will probably attack one of my other Magos. No wait, that's the immortal, not the warrior, right? For some reason, one metal skeleton looks like most other metal skeletons to me. Though there is quite a bit of difference. Okay, 6 damage, reduced on by a bit, hit with the Mechadendrite. Did not kill. But if he leaves, he will trigger an opportunity attack, and then he's dead. Or I just shoot him, that's also a possibility. So, I have enough cognition to move you here and do nothing. Then you will move here and disable the immortal. I do not think the immortal has a secondary weapon. So if you disable the main weapon, or at least I haven't seen any kind of secondary attack from him. So, now what I want to do. I want to heal as many of my units as I possibly can. I have 2 Curatio cores which have cooldown, which is unfortunate. Magos Jeremiah is full HP, but Oriokus is a bit low, so I'm gonna go ahead and heal you. I love how if one mech priest heals another mech priest, the one that's being healed just kneels down. You go ahead in range of the Cognition generator and scanner. I don't know if I need the heal, but I'm pretty sure that I could use it. You will delay your turn. Oh, Oriokas is already full HP. Okay. So you will kill this warrior. And then you will go ahead and scan this thing. For Blackstone. And then you use the big gun to just utterly destroy it. -2 Necron Awakening. Gather all cognition points from the source. And then the only things that are still damaged are Leonardus here, who can heal himself. This Skitari, who cannot, but also we don't really care about the troops. And the Rust Stalker. So I'm gonna go ahead and move the Rust Stalker next to my Magus to have him healed, while Leonardus here moves to the Skitari to heal him in 2 turns. The troops do not use cognition, which is really good. Or maybe I just suck at getting cognition. That could also be the case. You do nothing. The Immortal does nothing. You move over here and then also do nothing. You are done over there. You disable the man. And then you're also done. You do nothing. And your turn. And your turn. And your turn. So yeah, that got my awakening level up again. Because I delayed. But I think that should be worth it for the final battle in this mission. To have a bit additional health on all of my units. You will delay. If needed, he can move ahead and go over there to kill him if the Skitari managed to not do that. You're no longer needed, you're no longer needed. Skitari are now allowed to shoot him again. Pretty sure the necessary prolonging of suffering is a war crime, but Necrons don't count. I'm not even sure if Necrons can suffer, or at least the normal Necrons, the non-Overlord Necrons. All Xenos life forms purged. So, -4 awakening, which means that the +2 I got from delaying are completely cancelled out. Then for the final chamber, or at least the next main chamber, get 2 awakening back. And the 4th combat today. And this one dungeon crawl actually took quite a while, it seems. So what do we have? We have a Canoptek, an Immortal, a Warrior, another Warrior over there, Scan or Destroy, probably the thing over here. Unfortunately I cannot scan and destroy. Jeremiah, you are on the warpath. To be entirely frank, I can probably put every one of you up here, but I won't. because I want to fit the Rust Stalker as well as a Ranger. The Acanthite. I don't even know what they... Oh right, they steal cognition. Oh, I forgot they do that. So this warrior is next, but he won't be able to do anything. Okay, you go ahead and gather cognition over there. Thankfully, the server skulls do not have any maximum range requirement. +2 energy armor and physical armor to all troops. To make sure the Rust Stalker is tanky as hell. Which, if it wasn't clear, he is. Most of the weapons the Necrons use currently deal like 1 to 3 damage. And with 3 energy armor, that will be just not an issue. The warrior has 1 physical armor. Not an issue. He unfortunately... Or did he? He did in fact not survive. I forgot that my servo skull can do that. Okay, you move up here. The Canoptech deals physical damage and should not be that bad for Magos Leonardus. Immortal still has a lot of range. 3 damage on the Magos. Other damage has been absorbed. You will go here and gather up the next load of cognition from here. And I'm pretty sure I should not have given him the lamp. Skitari, move forward. Kill the guy that lies helplessly on the ground. Which is, I believe, also a war crime. And then you will disable the Immortal's weapon. Pull out the second Ranger. The fuck? What the hell? Move here. I guess it registered that I have too much armor and therefore chosen not to attack anything, or it tried to attack something further in the back but couldn't reach it. That is at least my working theory at the moment. 2 criticals, nice. What can target you? Only 1 Skitari, so that's a no. Another warrior, slow walking up. And no line of sight. And no cognition to really do anything about that. Over there. Gather some cognition. And you will heal yourself. So next turn I can just move one of the Magos up to here, and then basically everything is Gucci. That's just like 2 free cognition. Skitari, move in shooting position. You will shoot this warrior. no armor, 6 remaining health. And then you will disable the Immortal's weapon again. You will also move in a shooting position on the warrior. If you can find one. There. Additional 4 damage. Okay, next round. Rust Stalker, move ahead. This warrior should not be able to shoot at the Rust Stalker because the Immortal is alive. And kind of in the way. Yeah, so he shoots at a Skitari for 2 damage. That is okay. You will go ahead and just heal that damage. That was the Silver Skull. Not the heal. Too many abilities. I will not use a Machine Spirit shot on a corpse. And I will also probably not use his Machine Spirit on the corpse. You move, gather recognition. And then I believe you're blocked. Okay. Mortal tries to move away. Gets sliced. Literally. You delay your turn. The Skitari will move next. And they will move as far as they can. And then shoot a corpse. You can even move further. Those guys are fast. Will I use the Machine Spirit shot? Probably not, but I can disabling shot this man. Also, Emma in shooting range. Barely not, okay. Yeah, I guess he's out of range because of this Rust Stalker in the way. So the Rust Stalker will do the slicing. Then move ahead. And then I'm just gonna take suspect activity detected. Ah, and your Necrons are waking up. Unfortunate. You will buff all of my troops. Because the troops are currently in the line of fire. Then you move here. Shoot that Necron twice. Red for 2. So the basic gun is really not that good, but it's the only one I can use without cognition. So I'd probably use it for a while. All damage absorbed, thanks to my shield buff. That will also be all damage absorbed. Yep. Magos Jeremiah. Move ahead. Use your head to look at an opponent. 3 energy armor. So this would probably not... Oh wait, Yeah, plus 30 damage through the machine spirit, right. Then, you are my melee mage, so you won't be able to reach anybody. You move here. You are my heavy weapons guy, working title. Delay your turn because there is no way forward. You will disable the Immortal's gun. And then kill that warrior. Then turn. You move up. How much HP do you have? That's a 9. But the Ruststalker should be able to get there and just kill him. Okay, you can now move ahead and shoot him with your Volkite Blaster, or is it Gauss? The Gauss Gamma Pistol. And then just shoot him with the other gun for good measure, even though it doesn't do anything. It charges the machine spirit actually, so it does do something. Okay, Ruststalker, move ahead. And slice him in. So I'm not sure if I have to reapply the buff with the Servo Skull. And I'm gonna try whether it's necessary. You move, get sliced. You can't do anything. Charge your machine spirit. So the weapons the enemies have seem to be set, while their armor is at least partly randomized. Shoot him again with a Gauss Gamma Blaster. That was a crit, wonderful. 2 additional cognition, which I don't get because it was at full cognition and cognition is deducted after shooting. In which case, send your Servo Skull over here. Escutori can move ahead and shoot this warrior as well. At this point I'm pretty sure that my troops dealt more damage in this mission than the Magos. The cohort. Right. Delay turn. I will now delay turn until I reach Magos Leonardus. And we'll just walk him over here. Suspicious activity detected. Holy shit, they got trap triggers set up. Doesn't really matter, I just need to scan this and done. Unless it now switches to kill all enemies. It switches to kill all enemies, which is good. Because that means I can also destroy this thing. Destroying it, of course, allowing me to get additional... The Immortal is next. So he will get a shot off and deal damage to some of my Ruststalkers, I'm guessing. Everything should be... Oh no, he should stay to deal damage too, okay. Through pain I find wisdom. I would prefer if you found wisdom another way. A crit. Can you scan this thing down here? No. And you cannot move in range, so you'll end your turn here. You disable his weapon. And then we'll continue shooting him. He has 3 physical armor. So the Immortals seem to have 3 armor, either physical or energy. But not both. Or I think I saw variations where they had both. With, I believe, like 2 and 1, respectively. The warriors seem to have anything between 0 and 2 armor. Right, you have the heal. You should move up to get maybe a heal done on somebody. Oriokus is damaged, so that's probably a heal on Oriokus. You go back there to gather up the remaining cognition we left over there. And then send your servo skull over there. Their man is good, and their man is good energy damage, but currently there is not enough there's not enough enemies to mean I need the damage. Okay. It's unfortunate. Okay, I cannot heal. Because he will walk away, he will get sliced, he will die, and with no threats remaining, the battle is over. I would have had to move him away, in which case the other guy would have gotten a shot off, which makes the entire purpose of the heal unnecessary. The cohort comes across a Necron device mounted in a chamber deep in the tomb of Agrilic. They destroyed with extreme prejudice, and the binary transmissions immediately halt. Whatever the tomb's inhabitants wish to achieve with a mockery of lingua technis, they have been prevented from achieving it. Jovian Ministration 6190. When the heretic is silenced, it is as if his weapons and tools are stripped from him. He is left impotent and weak. I can appreciate the benefit to the Skitari of removing this moral threat. I can feel the emotions they do. Relief, joy even. I take solace from them before I compartmentalize them. And the journey towards inefficiency is halted. Canticles Borealis 615. Inefficiency is a slope whereupon one slides ever downwards by degrees until one reaches the nadir unknowing. Not sure what a nadir is. A fate we must avoid if we are to fulfill our mission on Silver Tenebris. So that should be quite a haul on Blackstone, because damn, that was a lot. Right, mission success. I got the Kalypso Mechadendrite, which I wanted, right. With similar healing effects to the Kalypso Claw, Kalypso Mechadendrites allow attack priests to focus on targets without wasting cogitator processing power. Which means this is a weaker heal, only 2 HP and has a cooldown of 3 instead of 2. But it doesn't cost me anything. No Litany of Life for 15 HP on the active unit. And 9 cognition points, which helps me absolutely nothing. Because my maximum is 5. But I can upgrade my cohort. And this time without visual bugs. Scanners have -1 cooldown. So the scanner is this thing he has equipped. Extract 1 cognition point directly from a target. It's a bit low on range, I'm gonna be honest. And I notice I have a plasma caliber, fires in a straight line passing through all units. Deals 5 to 7 energy damage to targets, destroy 1 armor and 0 physical armor. Machine Spirit, destroy 2 energy armor and 2 physical armor. Oh, not bad. But you will get the Curatio Mechadendrite. You will lose your flashlight and get another Curatio Mechadendrite. Then, next boy. You are Jeremiah. You are my Dominarius. Dominos. Energeia enhancers cost -1 cognition point to use. Energeia enhancers are, if I recall correctly, a buff tool. Which I do not have. Power field generator, this costs 1, this costs 2, so this one does the same thing he does, only better. And I do not have Energeia enhancers, so yeah, you're out of luck. You will keep the retractor field. You will get the Curatio Mechadendrites and lose the scanner for them. Just the ability to heal is good enough. I also do not count if they do not know if they count as melee weapons. For his last upgrade. Now, I kind of want to give you the caliber. Why? Because you get additional range on your ranged weapons. That would mean you require 2 augments. That would mean I'd have to lose 2 other augments. Which would probably be 1 Mechadendrite and 1 of the guns. Then get the caliber in. Yep, looks like a plasma gun. Then, next, this is the Phosphor Blaster. And this is a Cognos Flamer. They both deal damage in a cone area. But different damage types. Good. Menarius, my Secutor. Cognitive canisters have -1 cooldown. I do not know what cognitive canisters are. But you will also lose the Curatio Claw and instead get the Curatio Mechadendrites. You will stay with the weapons you currently have. Because I frankly cannot afford to give you others. And you're really not for the fighting. So, you get also an upgrade, and you get the Blessed Generator. Power field generators cost -1 cognition point to use. This is good. Why? The power field generator allows me to give you this, and this will cost you no cognition. It costs 1 usually, and it should cost nothing after this one. I will also give you... didn't I get... Here it is, the Cog Occultaris. Good. I have 2 different Xenorite axes, 2 to 4, 3 to 5. And you deal 3 to 5, so you are just straight up better. You are the same... Oh no, you cost me 2 augment, but I have an augment 3. I wanted to use that for the Curatio Mechadendrite though. I do not think I need that much physical armor, and I kind of want this axe. But I think I'll leave you with the armor. Because if need be, you can just leave. And you are at this point basically an assassin. Now, mission. What do we have? Grave goods or treasure hunt. Powerful artifact, which is the Volkite Blaster. Machine spirit. Cognition cost reduced to 1 cognition point. Ooh, interesting. But it doesn't say how many times I need to shoot for machine spirit attack. Grave goods, on the other hand, gives me an arc rifle. This is basically the same attack that the Immortals use. Single target on the first hit and then chaining to other targets in a cone. And this is the Energeia enhancer, so all energy attacks can plus 1 energy damage for 1 round. I should take this, but I'm kinda afraid of the death marks. You have Ubjao sector. You give me an additional slot for mission deployment. That could be good. A Gamma pistol that ignores armor. Ooh. That does not cost cognition and ignores armor and destroys energy, armor, machine spirit. This could be really good for my for Magos Jeremiah, the ranger Magos. You give me cognition gauge max size. I wanted that. And you are Skitari Vanguard Alpha level 2. I have not yet used you, but I probably should. Radiation burns. Damage sustained during warp transit forces the caster's Metallicon to vent much of its fuel reserves. Quartermaster Rose suggests acquiring a supply of isotopic materials from the Tomb of Agrak for the use as fuel on the caster's Metallicon. And you give me the Cognition Mechadendrite and Skitari Vanguard level 1. Easy. Stop the rebellion. Easy, as mentioned, is a misnomer. But I think I'm gonna go with this one. Heavy Phosphor Blaster. 4 to 6 damage, energy damage to targets in the area. Reveal target statistics. Costs me 4 cognition. Holy shit. Immortals and Warriors are not that bad, but I do not know what the Lord Astronomer Acropus does. Troop deployment cost as Europa is 30%. Could be good, however, in case I lose a troop. So I'm gonna go this one. I will replace you with the new and improved Litany of Life. And I will replace you with the new and improved Blessings of the Omniscia. Because why not? I will bring the Skitari and the Sicarian Ruststock. I have the advantage that they're level 2. The Servitor is also level 2 and can taunt, gaining additional energy and physical armor. I'm gonna bring one of those and 2 Skitari. Auto-reporting routines added to Tech Priest, Internal Cogitators. Intelligence on high-value targets critical. I hope we don't run into any high-value targets. Experience dictates whatever these Xenos are, they aren't likely to welcome our intrusion into their ruins. Yeah, we must be prepared for the eventuality. Hence my bringing Prime Hermeticon Captrix on this mission. If there are still Xenos life forms, the destruction will likely form principal objectives. Know the prey, find the prey, then the hunt commences. She is very single-minded. Skitari operations and the Tomb of Acropus have confirmed high-value target location. They have found Acropus. Confirm location of the sarcophagus of Acropus. I return anticipation, but also concern at this news. The chance to bring Acropus to battle is a valuable one, but one with great risk. Target profile indicates advanced combat capabilities and environmental advantage. Xenos weaponry and awakening protocol level unknown. As the Magi Pecunium describe it, high risk, high reward. Don't need a Magos for that. My Skitarii are holding a perimeter around the sarcophagus chamber, but they won't be able to do so for long. The awakening protocols are accelerating in the tomb of Acropus. Target consciousness probable. I have modified mission parameters accordingly. Facing Acropus directly entails great risk, Subdomina, but I concur with the Prime Medicon's assessment. Destroying Lord Acropus is worth the risk. Very well, Margus. If this works, it could make it seem the lives lost in the tomb of Acropus were not for nothing. Dispatch the curses, sharpen the spears, the hunt is on. So they say destroy Acropus, but they know that Necrons are just translating away if they're damaged too heavily. Okay, for some reason Acropus is not voiced here. We are not welcome here. This is not our world. The lords of the Necrons own this world and soon they will own all others. It is our duty to obey them. A rare direct communication from these Xenos. It is as disquieting as it is exciting. There may be much to learn, Magus, but take the greatest care. An insidious whisper worms its way through the noosphere, infecting the awareness of everyone connected to it. It appears as an incepted thought in the minds of everyone in the tomb of Acropus at once. I address the troops, transmit words of admonition to the tomb of Acropus to the men of the duty. Perish the thought, enact a session of self-castigation, punishing the court for having such a thought. Analyze the source, upload the intrusive thought pattern to a quarantine cogitator to study it. Address the troops. We need morale. In response to the thought invasion, the 408th Psalm of the Righteous Hatred is uploaded to comms units of all troops in the tomb. Though the cohort's effectiveness is temporarily reduced by the blanket transmission overloading their comms units, the Xenos intrusion is cancelled out. Minus 3 HP, really not that big of an issue. I have heals. I have a lot of heals. This chamber contains several empty sarcophagi, some of which seem to have malfunctioned and show sign of having exploded or caught fire during the awakening process. Any certain Necrons have teleported away, but there may still be intelligence to be gleaned from these damaged devices. Search them, scavenge them, or shatter them. Scavenge. Our presence has been detected. Right, we got Awakening. The cohort rip out whatever valuable looking materials are visible among the damaged sarcophagi. Midway through the process, their rat tags flare crimson, alerting them to dangerous radiation leaking from the sarcophagi. They fell back, having taken a debilitating rat dose with their packs full of salvaged components. Lord Astronomer Acropus. I'm gonna be honest, I think a Void Admiral is probably a better fighter than an Astronomer. The heretical galactic model of Acropus. Take care, Magos. The chances of blasphemous content being present approach 100%. Reams of astronomical data flood the noosphere of the tomb of Acropus. The volume of information is huge and would need the cogitators of the Castus Metallica to make sense of. Refuse to countenance, purge the data from the noosphere, whatever insights it might grant, it should be shunned as Xenos heresy. Corrupt for vengeance, attempt to corrupt the data with embedded data worms and information proxies in the hope it will destroy this blasphemy forever. Analyze for understanding, run the data through the ship's cogitators. Understanding Acropus galactic view may be useful in fighting Necrons. You know what? Do it. The data grants a vision of a very different physics model, where forces such as gravity and electromagnetism are subordinate to the wills of ancient, immense intelligences. The Castus Mechanicus conjugators are unable to cope, and the resulting feedback causes the comm units of the Mechanicus troops to flare brightly in the noosphere, giving away their locations. +2 awakening. So if I understand the Necrons correctly, from my limited knowledge of them, they are so far ahead in science that it would seem like basically magic to the Imperials. Okay, touch the glyph. I take the money. Oh no, that's the heal. Nice. Okay, Necrons reanimate 1 turn faster. Touch the glyph. I do not know what this glyph is. Touch it. -0 cognition points. Ha! I did not. I cannot lose knowledge. I don't know anything anyway. Empty room. One more event. Extra Necrons in battle. Awakening 4 already. Again, not voiced, interestingly. What hatred do we have for that which they do not know? For they know it was made by the strong. A synthesized voice echoes through the tomb of Acropus, transmitted directly through the comms unit of every trooper in the tomb. Caution, consecration, or contempt. Ignore the tradition, this crew attempt to distract the tech priest from the mission. Cleanse the cohort's mind with a prayer session. And respond with curse and prayers transmitted at high volume to the term contempt. More awakening, fuck. But yeah, he basically confirmed, yo, we are strong and we have knowledge you will never have. Because you are weak. There is it, the sarcophagus of Acropus. Looks like he sees himself as the center of the universe.
I told you. I warned you. This world is ours. This galaxy is ours. But you do not listen. The weak are ignorant, for they fear the knowledge of the strong.
So he was voiced, only not for those 2 parts. Thrones of Mars, what was that?
You know what it is. You have always known.
I clicked unfortunately and that stopped. Okay. You know what it is? You have always known? Did you think it would not come to this? You, whose existence is war, whose first terror is peace. Did you think you'd destroy us without a fight? Target awareness confirmed. Awakening complete. Code Venator in effect. Limit high value target with extreme prejudice. Ahead lies a grand and ornate coffin, and the center of a clockwork armillary of stars and planets orbiting the sarcophagus. Prepare the defenses. Use the seconds before Acropus awakens to set up a barricade of hand behind. Don't wait for Acropus to fully awaken. Open fire on the sarcophagus immediately. Besiege the Omniscia. Awakens to pray for deliverance and strength. Prepare the defenses. Cohort searches for debris to form a barricade, but the sarcophagus chamber is too well kept by the tomb's scrap construct for there to be any such abundance of scrap to check. I could have thought of that. The cohort is still trying to set up the makeshift defenses when the sarcophagus opens. Okay, let's see what he can do. So Agrolek was not that big of an issue. Because he was melee only, also he was a destroyer. And his weapon claps through the floor. Is that why they call it a phase blade? Necron Vanguard? Shock. Odd. No data records in the slightest. Data fact. Normally small data files on each necroform. Overwhelmingly excited statement. This is a chance to insert plus name for Necron / pattern directory. You knew about the Necrons before you research on this mission. Truth. Yes. I'm sure that in the scripture of the Talent Cork it states, verse 9, part 3, wary of those that wander, I fear you step too close to heresy, Skyvola. Heresy it is not. My goal equals learn my enemy to improve my assistant's capabilities to mission. I agree. In learning the Xenos, we can better combat them. If we keep to our traditions, we might falter for lack of knowledge. Will name new Xenos. Joy. Name will be equals plus Vargard, Necron Vargard, in Imperial Gothic. Destroy the target. Okay, Acropus. Necron Vargard. The Vargards look like they are mainly melee. But with maybe a touch of range. Jeremiah moves here, Menarius moves here, Leonardus here, and Oriochus will stay here.
I have seen the true form of the galaxy. It does not include you.
Oh, I see his shtick. He summons things. Also, he's faster than I anticipated, considering his slow walk. So, the Vargards, as mentioned, they carry a... If I see that correctly, they carry a kind of faceplate staff. But it looks like they have something additional over their head. Which I cannot really... I don't know the English word. I can't really explain. Okay, destroy his... Oh right, this shoots in a line, but not through things. Destroy an energy armor. Oh, holy shit, what? He can swap? I see his shtick, I believe. He will summon just a bunch of dudes. He will summon a bunch of dudes and then have them take the damage for him. Did he just slice him with the Mechadendrite to repair? Okay, reveal stats. Deal 1 damage. Use the refractor field. Done. You... I do not think you need to use this. Do I want to keep you hidden for now? No. You will move up and hope to crit. You did in fact not crit. Get me that cognition point. And then hit with a Mechadendrite. And then moving away is... Alright, it's not an opportunity attack because you can't be hit by opportunity attacks. This doesn't cost me anything, I should have used it. Get 1 cognition. Gather up this here and get an additional cognition. And I'm gonna try... You will not kill with this, but you could possibly kill with this. Get 1 cognition back. Kill him fully. And then I will risk this man to move him up here. because I want him to use his scanner. He has less cooldown on the scanner, so I want... Basically, I want to set up on this increased area to use my scanners as much as I can. Gather cognition. I would have liked to have enough cognition. Oh, so the Vargards are tanks and he just swap... He can swap other units as well. Okay, that's not good. Then shoot this man for another swap. Those guys are not that fast. Also, now I know a bit of their stats. So I'm gonna move you ahead over here. You are not in range to scan. No, you are not. Necrons reanimate 1 turn faster. I basically always try to kill them immediately anyway. And then I will set up a servitor here. And a Skitari up there.
The stars will turn red with the blood of mankind.
Okay, more warriors, more Bogarts. He slow walks around menacingly. I do not know if he has a limited amount of swaps per turn. You will move over here and punch the man. He has 3 physical armor. Why did I think that would work? In this case, you will yell at him. So we can see what damage he will do. Also, I basically only want the cognition you can get from you. Move you up. Shoot him for a swap. He has 5 energy armor. Holy shit. I do not have enough for the plasma caliber. You activate your power thing. And then you will walk up because you will probably just slice him. If you had energy, you would slice him. I'm pretty sure you would. If you had cognition. Yes, please, get me some cognition. I need it. Move over here. Gather that cognition up. You can only shoot this man. You will not deal any damage. Right. I need to reduce his energy armor. So I will use the gun. And he swapped. So it seems he does not swap if the damage would not deal damage to him. If he could absorb the damage. Yes, give me cognition. The servitor will die in another hit, but I got 2 cognition out of him. So you have physical armor, I noticed. This also means I do not know if the Warguards are just for this combat. Or if there will be additional combats with them. Cognition. So basically I now gain 4 cognition per turn. Skitari! Kill him. He will just stand up again. That's unfortunate. Disable his weapon. Like if I could set up like defenses up there, it would be best. But then I'm not sure I can reach those cognition points down here. Okay, it was 3 damage. Not that much. But enough. Reanimation protocol. And just stab my Magos. Get my second Skitari out.
Rail against us. Fight to your last. This is the drawing in of your final night.
So, I'm afraid this will take a while. Also, I do not know what those things are. Can I destroy those? Will he ever reach someone? How much damage does he do? 4, and 2 of those were absorbed. Damn. So you plasma caliber. You will move here. Then use the servo skull on the one over here. Do you have enough cognition using that? Yes. So you can hit your allies with that. You can also just erase people from existence using that. I need to know which of them have physical and which have... Okay, this guy has physical armor. Good. You got the cognition over there. Then you will punch a man. Destroy a bit of his armor. Crit. Nice. And then leave. The fact that the man can swap, I find a bit weird. But then again, they have a lot better technology than we do. Shoot the man. He doesn't swap anymore. For some reason. Now he swapped. Can he only swap himself once per turn? Or can he only swap if it reduces damage in any shape, way or form? Now I want to test another thing. Can they melee attack upwards? And my initial assumption that they have some kind of ranged weapon was wrong. I see. You buff the Skitari. Then you will shoot none of these people. You will move over here and shoot this man. He swapped. It critted, so it doesn't really matter. Now shoot him again. Okay, so this definitely reduced damage because he has physical armor and he has energy armor. By how much, I do not know. Repair our friend the melee man. By just stabbing him a bunch. Then you will move ahead and then you will buff our troops. Not expecting much. You can shoot this guy over the head of our Magos. For 5 damage, nice. Come up here then. The Skitari have insane... Those guys can teleport. Did he just teleport to save the other guy? Disable this man's main weapon. And then shoot this guy for damage. For a lot of it. And then you two will move upstairs. Okay, next round. He has 28 health, but I disabled his weapon. Heh. Don't even want to dissect you. So, one more warrior. Can he even attack now? He cannot. Because his main weapon has been disabled. But he will probably attack on opportunity. So I'm just gonna activate the runaway beacon first. To tank damage from the opportunity attack there. Perfect. And I do not have energy for the Volkite Blasters, so I'm gonna kill this man. With a crit, wonderful. Then you will heal yourself. You will move here and slice a man. For 5 damage, right. Then you will move over here for cognition because I forgot I ran out again. Yeah, the warriors will shoot him, but he should survive that. The warriors don't deal all that much damage. You scanner this thing. And then Gauss Gamma Pistol this man. Wonderful. Maybe you will deal damage? He actually did damage, wonderful. So, one Magos Manarius is still on for this turn. And he definitely seemed to have slowed down his rate of reinforcement, since he only reinforced 1 unit this turn instead of 2. Crit for 3 damage, nice. That's 3 more than I expected to do. Go over here, gather the cognition. I think both of the Skitari should be in range to shoot him, because their range is still absurd. Neither is. Oh, no, he's not in range. Okay, in that case, I will stop here with this turn. Now you will disable this man again. He swapped himself. Disable this man then. And then you can shoot at basically a lot of people. Basically nobody. Move up a bit to shoot this man. So they can teleport around and bring people along with them. Good to know. If you move up here, you can shoot down at this guy. But no one else. But that doesn't really matter because he has physical armor and will take a lot of damage from that. 5 to be precise, which is half his health. All of my obelisks are active again.
I shall place a mark upon this map of the heavens to commemorate where your extinction began.
Doesn't really look that good for you currently, friend. An immortal. Wait, really? Immortal detected. Database unlocked. Loading. Rizak awakens, sire. Why he locked us away from his Necron studies, I do not know, but it's fueling my emotion receptors with frustration. His naming of the Necrons is helpful, however. Loaded. Personal recording. Subject. Immortal. NN-032. Subject is far more resilient than the warrior class. They also show signs of cognition, where warriors possess none. Sightings of them blurting out what seem to be direct and basic orders, proof of some cognition. Be aware of. Terror weapon disint molecule safe. File corrupted. I'm quite surprised that he now showed up for the Immortals, since this is not the first time we've met Immortals. Holy shit, the guy deals damage. He also takes damage. Thankfully I have a lot of healing with me. You will move away. He will get an attack of opportunity, but that will not kill you. And then, from up there, you will take your Volkite, your Plasma Caliber, and shoot through him. Destroy his last energy armor. Deals 7 damage, which is quite good, and it should maybe be a kill. It is. Destruction is the destiny of Xenos. I should have healed him first. Why do I have the Lineage of Life if I don't use it? Mission complete. The heavily armed warform of the Lord Astronomer collapses, spewing sparks and flames. Its gauss coils ruptured. For a moment it seems raw data is bleeding from the stricken Necron. Images of distant alien stars flicker through the noosphere, accompanied by millions of years of stellar migrations and galactic orbits. Then Necropus is still and cold, and the Lord Astronomer of Silver Tenebris is destroyed. Shouldn't they be teleported deeper into the tomb? Target eliminated. The Skitarii report a reduction in the coordination of Necron units in the tomb already. A moral and strategic success, Prime Medicon. Self-congratulation is illogical. It is. High-value targets remain. Nevertheless, Captrix, a blow has been struck against the Xenos. I have the capacity to grant myself a moment of celebration from my quarantine emotional vaults. Perhaps you would benefit from the same. No celebration, no pause. The hunt, never off, always on. Ah, I should have healed him with the Litany of Life. Because this way I lose 100 Blackstone. Refractor field generated, trip deployment cost reduced by 30% is good. I'm nearly at 50%. Tutelage of momentum plus 10 meters movement for 1 round. Stride across the stars and spread with you the word of the machine god. That cost me a lot of Blackstone. Well, I will now deploy here. And deal with these Xenorites. So, as you may have seen, or not seen, considering that nobody watched it, this is not like the dungeon, in so far that we do not have movement on a map. We have basically like a series of a series of decisions to make. Your attention, Magos. My attention is on Silver Tenebrous Xerxes. I must trust you to fulfill your duties as sub-tribune without my oversight. We cannot neglect the security on board the Castus Metallicon. I bring news of a violent uprising among the lower ranks of the tech priests and menials on the Engineerium deck. This man has hair. This man has hair. I just noticed that. This man has actual hair. An uprising. This is the last thing we need. I permit myself to experience frustration at this news. Your solution, Sub-Tribune. There is but one solution to malcontents and rebellion, Magos. It is as the discipline of physics states it. Force always wins. It is impressive that that hair is the first thing that actually surprised me on this ship. I did not expect any of them to still have hair. The dorsal engineering decks are in the hands of the malcontents. We must move against them now and exterminate the seeds of heresy. We should remember these are our people, Sub-Tribune. When they raise arms against us, they cease to be ours, Magos. They become pawns of the enemy. And if they fight against my tech priests, I shall direct them to fight back. I hope your aggression will not be justified, but if it is, I shall be ready. The rebels have broken the servitors' loyalty protocols. They defy their original programming. If evidence of the malfeasance be needed, here it is. Let this blasphemy be met with fire and blade. There may be a more subtle way of dealing with this issue, Sub-Tribune. I advise that the malcontent does not deserve subtlety, Magos. The rebels are supported by a host of servitors which form the majority of the firepower. These servitors must be dealt with if the nascent rebellion is to be put down. Justice through firepower. Servitors are beyond help. Destroy them all and deny the rebels their firepower. Kill the leader of the rebels so that control of the servitors will end. Or information warfare. The servitors can be reset via the Engineerium's cogitators. Hack into the cogitators and reinstate the servitors' loyalty protocols. I will basically, I think, follow the way I went last time. Just to see if I can do this better this time. Strike at the root of the problem then. A scientist's approach, Magos, but one that risks leaving the malcontents unpunished. I would limit the bloodshed among my own people, Sub-Tribune. Violence does not solve everything. Enough violence solves any problem eventually, Magos. But I defer to your command. Objective updated. Right. The layout of the Engineerium deck suggests several different approaches to assaulting the rebel positions. Up the middle. There is no time to employ subtlety. Send the deck priest straight through main blast doors and engage the enemy head-on. Flanking maneuvers, set the cohort to flank the rebels and avoid notice until you can assault the enemy up close. or shooting an enemy, and I engage the enemy at a distance to take full advantage of the cohort's ranged weapon. I will do this. Very appropriate, Magos. A firing squad for these traitors. The Tech Priest cohort opens fire at range, forcing the rebels to advance through a hail of fire to engage them. The cohort has a chance to strike a blow against the rebel positions before engaging the enemy. All out. The opportunity to attack first should not be ignored. Attack immediately in full force before the fire team is discovered. Silent strike. A rebel tech priest is patrolling near cohort's point of entry. They could be eliminated quietly before combat is joined. Or go loud. A group of servitors near a food container make a tempting target. Silent strike. A quick and painless end is too good for a traitor. But one less that lives is one less sin in the omniscious sight. The rebel tech priest is dragged into the shadows and dispatched with a vibral blade to the throat. The other rebels fail to notice his absence. Target killed, which seems to be like a servitor, which definitely is not a tech priest. Okay, we need to scan or destroy this. Now, we'll move here. Mechanicus will stay in the back. Leonardus move here, and Oriochus here. Now I have a simple tactic for this combat. First, oh, these are the tech priests. Okay, they have a few tech priests. We have the fortunate thing is that the tech priests all have the cog occultaris, as this guy has, which means I cannot shoot them. Okay, this goes in a straight line, not through walls, and has limited range. Good to know. You... I cannot target the tech priest. Can I target the tech priests? Does that reveal them? I will try on this guy. It reveals their stats, but does not reveal them. Okay. And this man will sprint, which my servitors have not unlocked yet, funnily enough. They can taunt the enemy, they cannot sprint. The attack priest, however, can also sprint. I'm not sure if I ever can unlock that ability. This is a funny symbol for the heretic tech priests. So, I basically have a simple tactic. First, you go over there and get some cognition from that thing. And then you will shoot the servitor. Because you can't really do anything else. Brings Misty to render lag to encoding lag. So apparently I have a bit of lag in. Fortunate. I still don't know what cognitive canisters are. Now what you are gonna do, you are just gonna sprint over there. Which is also why I basically waited until I got the Cogolcotaris. And I have enough cognition to just literally walk over there the entire way. So I got 111 Blackstones, and now I need to survive for 3 rounds. While the servitors are reset. Which means you are gonna move over here while you're still cloaked. You will now go back to where we were prior. I still cannot shoot the Tech Priest, however, I can use your Super Silver Skull to gather up 3 cognition and then kill the Servitor? I think I should be able to kill the Servitor. I was not able to kill the Servitor. Try again. Okay, now I managed to do it. You will pull back a bit. Gather it up. Put the Rust Stalker there. Put the Skitari out. He will sprint again. And you will shoot this guy. He does not have armor. That is good to know. So apparently, you know what? Get me cognition points. Why not? And now you go ahead and kill that man. So they are untargetable and not undamageable. Get me the refractor field out. Also, if I saw that correctly, attacking that servitor reduced my cognition by a bit. You will delay your turn here. I think it's time to reset my router once again. It appears that after sprinting they cannot attack, but they all have Xenorite weapons. And strong Xenorite weapons at that. And then he dodges 100% of my attacks and hits me with the Mechanicus ray. Can I scan anything here? No. Can I shoot this guy? Yes. And he also only has physical armor. Can I shoot this instead? 2 damage. Come on, I need a bit of damage here. Crit. Nope, only 2 damage. Yeah. You will move here. And here. Our friend the Sicarian Rust Stalker. Then move back a bit. He is also still untargetable. And I should have used the servo skull. I definitely should have used his servo skull. But yeah, if I see this correctly, they only have like 4 tech priests, 3 tech priests, and a lot of servitors. Okay, you cannot scan anything. You instead will shoot this servitor down there. Get a cognition for killing something. Then shoot this man. To kill a tech priest. You also shoot the tech priest. Then you disable the servitor's weapon. And then you book it. And the Rust Stalker will slice. Right. 3 more tech priests, I guess. You go ahead and move here. This gives us enough cognition to fire a funky blaster. Kill the servitor. Unfortunately there's nothing. Oh, the servitor is in range to kill. And then you will move backward a bit again. And gather cognition over there. He sprints. He will get in range, but he cannot attack. So I need to get to this here. That means one tech priest is still on its turn, which I believe is the one to the right. No, it's this one. He sprints, so he should not be able to attack. Then you gather a cognition point from there. And then move to kill the servitor. Like, I hacked the servitors, so they cannot assist the Xenorite tech priests anymore, and then I killed all of the servitors. Melee man will use his skull as well. There's just a silver skull hanging around. Welding something. Okay, since this should be over, or it could be kill all enemies after that with the servitors on my side. That is also a possibility. You will gather. Wait, before you do that, you will shoot this guy. That costs us 2 cognition, kills the man, and then I can use the silver skull to refresh my cognition points. And then this Guitari does nothing because I cannot target anybody. Right, I cannot target anybody. Everything is restocked on cognition. Survival is over. And the Xenos are contained, though technically they are not Xenos. With the servitors inactive or destroyed, the rebels are overwhelmed by the cohort's assault. The traitorous tech priests are cut down or flee into the labyrinth of the Kestis Mechanicus interior. The true mission has only just begun, however. What prompted this rebellion? And are their leaders truly all dead? No, you just said that they flee into the labyrinth. Our triumph was inevitable, Magos. The only language the rebel understands is violence, and our statement has been made. A victory indeed, said the Tribune, but it is not an answer. Magos, I have recovered the internal databanks of one of the rebel tech priests. They were heavily encrypted, in contravention of all regulations. Then they were hiding something. Can you recover any data? Only a fragment. It is a name. Ixilus Damek Yoth. It means nothing to me, I fear. And why, xenobiologist Teresus? Formal request, formal speech mode. Magos, a moment of your time, if I may. In private. Be quick, Tech Acquisitor. Matters requiring my attention have multiplied. Recollection begins. Epsilus Damek Yoth. Designate. Arc Heretic. Origin. Stygius 8. Classification status. Secretum Omega. You have heard of this Epsilus, an Arc Heretic. I am forced to quarantine great consternation at this knowledge. You believe their followers are on Castus Metallicon. Certainty less than 30%. Error. Insufficient data. Format recommendation. Seek additional input. The quest for more information never ends. I would know more of this Epsilus Damek Yoth, Scaveler. Keep me informed of what you find. So apparently my PC does not like that area. I did not take a lot of damage, that is good. Got the Cognition Mechadendrite, collect one cognition point, designed purely for data collection specifically from new discoveries to ensure the safety of the user's weaker fleshy husk. The Cognition Mechadendrite serves as a fundamental tool normally favored by Lex Mechanics that lock the newfound data into huge cogitators called data looms. I'm not sure how this will be used, because the normal cognition points, if you're next to them, you automatically gather them. Does this have more range? Does this just make a point? Okay, from 300 energy attacks, Shroud Psalm. The next attack will break 6 energy armor. Let the stain be armor and scorn the flames of the fury. Since I have apparently a internet problem at the moment, I will stop here for now. Also, it's 9:30, so I do not think I could get another one in prior to 10 PM. And I'm already streaming longer than I normally do anyway. Oh well, I think I'll generally start earlier. There are still 4 different units I have not met, and 2 are big. So I see if I find them next time. Just checking a bit through the missions. So we have 3 possibles for Scaveler, giving me the Volkite Blaster, or the Skitari Ranger Alpha, which is, I believe, a melee attacker, dealing physical damage, and I think possibly worse than the Rust Stalker, because Rust Stalker ignores all armor. Grave Goods gives me the Arc Rifle and the Energeia Enhancer, both of which I do not really need all that much. Then a better type of scanner, and an Eradication Ray. Costs 4 cognition points, fires in a straight line passing through all units, deals 7 to 9 damage to targets. So this is good, but I think I'll need one of the heavy weapons guys. One of the Tech Auxilium. Because he can just, all 3 turns he can reduce the cognition cost by 2 points. Cost a canticle for free. Your next weapon attacks cognition cost. This does not say, if I read this correctly, that it is his own weapon, but a weapon. Also, I do not know what if there is a maximum level. If like rank 10 is the maximum. Because of rank 10 is the maximum, we can fully level 1. If not, you can definitely multi-class. Then Plague Wind gives me an additional slot for mission deployment. I want that. Because, as stupid as it is, I would like to take a servitor along, together with the 2 Skitari and the rust stock I have. Constellations of Magnus. Coq Occultaris is the better version of what I have currently. Cognition Mechadendrite here as well. But a better version. And we have Lich Guard. I wondered when the Lich Guard would appear. Track Praetorians, a Death Mark. I'm still surprised that we have not found any Cryptex. Then, Hearts and Minds for Cognition max size increase. Oh, there is a Cryptek. Skitari Vanguard Alpha level 2. Could be interesting. The Plasma Culverin.